Hi, boys and girls. On tomorrow, you will have your Chapter 1 place value test. So in this video, we will go through the Chapter 1 place value test review. And if you understand this review, then you are equipped to pass your test. We're not going to do a big introduction, so let's hop into it. We are going to use this table to answer these questions. So number one says, find the value of the 10,000 place for the big roller coaster. So I need to come over here and find the roller coaster. Once I find the roller coaster, I need to find the 10,000 place. So the roller coaster sold 377,429 tickets. Now, if I find the 10,000s place, ones, tens, hundred, thousand, 10,000. This first 7 is in my 10,000s place. To find the value of it, I'm going to write that 7, and everything behind it, all of this, will turn to 0. So I have 4 zeros. The value of the 7 in the 10,000s place is 70,000, boys and girls. So then it asks, how is the value of the digit in the 10,000s place different from the value of the digit in the thousands place? Well, once again, I'm going to come here and look at this same number. And these are the two I am looking at. I know that this 7 is in the 10,000s place, and I know that this 7 is in the thousands place. Back in the first lesson, we found that each place value increases by 10. So they're different because the 7 in the 10,000s place is 10 times greater than the 7 in the thousands place. And that, boys and girls, is how they are different. Understand it? If not, have mommy to call me. Let's move on to number 2. Boys and girls, we are using the same chart. In this one, it says, for which ride does the number tickets sold have a 6 in the greatest place value? Explain how you know. So I know that I'm going to use the numbers for water slide, tilt-a-whirl, and wild mouse. A says water slide because it has the greatest number of tickets sold. Well, water slide does have the greatest number of tickets sold, but I'm not concerned with that. I'm concerned with the 6 in the greatest place value. So I'm going to exit out of the A. That's not my answer. B, tilt-a-whirl because the 6 is in the hundreds place. Well, if I look, that 6 is in the hundreds place, but I need to check the other one because it may be greater. If I look at wild mouse, it says C, wild mouse, because the 6 is in the 10,000s place. And if I check that one, I do have a 6 in the 10,000s place. So my answer is C, boys and girls, wild mouse, because the 6 is in the 10,000s place. Remember, it said 6 in the greatest place value. Got it? You don't understand? Let me know. All right, boys and girls, please stop. Please stop. I don't know what my technology is doing to me right now, boys and girls. But let's look at number 3. It says, compare the number of tickets sold for the spinning teacups and the big roller coaster. Write a number sentence using greater than, less than, or equal to, okay? So I'm going to look at my numbers, boys and girls, and I'm going to see that both of these big numbers have the same amount of digits. So I can just line them up. 100,678 on top of 377,469. And now I'm going to compare them according to place value, starting left to right. I'm going to look in the hundreds, thousand place, and I know that 1 and 3 are different. So because they are different, boys and girls, they can help me. I'm going to circle these and ask myself, now is 1 greater than, less than, or equal to 3? Correct. It is less than. So since this 1 is less than this 3, I know that 100,678 is less than 377,469. Just that simple. When you see these numbers on your test tomorrow, stack them, compare them. Less than. Great job, boys and girls. So we are going to move ahead. I'm still working with the same chart from above. And it says, enter the number of tickets sold for the big roller coaster for number 4. So if I go back up and I look at the big roller coaster, I know that the big roller coaster is 377,469. So I'm going to go down and write that number. It says enter the number of tickets sold for the big roller coaster. And it was 377,469. Good job, boys and girls. Now, what is the expanded form of the number? Now, when I deal with the expanded form, boys and girls, I'm breaking each digit down by its value, writing it and separating each value with a plus sign. That's all we're doing. So what I want you to do first is start with this 3. I'm going to write my 3 and turn everything behind it to 0. So I'm going to have 5 zeros because this 3 carries a value of 300,000 plus the value of that 7. I will write that 7 and then turn everything behind it to 0, giving me 70,000. All of these will turn to 0. Then I move to this 7 plus, write my 7. Now the 4, 6, and the 9 turn to 0. 1, 2, 3, 7,000. Plus the value of this 4, which is 400. I'm going to write my 4 and turn everything behind it to 0. Good. Now I move on to my 6. I write it and turn everything behind it to a 0. Good job. So that's 60 plus 9. So in expanded form, I have 300,000 plus 70,000 plus 7,000 plus 400 plus 60 plus 9. Expanded, I made it bigger. It's just same number written in expanded form. And now, part 3 of this, I need to name the number in word form. And I'm simply going to take this same number and write it using letters. If I can read the number, I can write the number. I have 300 70 7,000, comma, 469. And there we have it, boys and girls. Standard form written with numbers, expanded form written with values, separated with a plus sign, and word form. 377,469. Understand this? If not, call me. Moving on. This is a good one, boys and girls. Number 5. The park director records the number of visitors each week. For each number of visitors, round to the place value of the underlined digit. I have my weeks, I have my number of visitors, and I have my rounded numbers. So I need to round for the first week 132,682. And I'm rounding to the thousands place because this 2 is in the thousands place and it is underlined. So if I'm rounding this, I'm going to look to the right of it and look at my 6. Now if it's 4 or less, I round down. Underlined digit stays the same. If it is 5 or more, I round up. So my underlined digit will go up 1. I look at my 6 and I know that it is greater than 5. So I will round this underlined digit up 1 and make this 2 a 3. Now, everything behind it will turn to 0. 1, 2, 3. Everything in front of the 2 stays the same. So I have 1, 3, which gives me 133,000. Simple. Let's round week 2, boys and girls. With week 2, we had 220,369 visitors. And I am rounding to the hundreds place because this 3 is underlined and it's in the hundreds place. Once again, boys and girls, I will look to the right. And to the right, I have a 7. This 7 is greater than 5. And since it's greater than 5, boys and girls, this 3 will increase by 1 and become a 4. So I'll write my 4. Everything behind it will turn to 0. Good job. Everything in front of it will stay the same. So now I have 220,400. Good job, boys and girls. Let's round one more time. For week 3, I have 82,778. And this time I'm rounding to the 10,000 place. Where do I need to look? Yes, I'm going to look to the right of it at this 2. As I look at this 2, boys and girls, I'm going to say, is this 2 5 or more or 4 or less? Now, I know that this 2 is less than 5. So because this 2 is less than 5, my 8 will stay the same. So I write my 8. Everything behind it will turn to 0. So how many zeros will I have? Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 zeros to write. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it rounded down to 80,000. Great, rounding, boys and girls. Now, you are going to use this same chart to complete number 6. So let's go. It's okay to scroll back up, scroll back. It's okay. So, as I look and get us there, it says use the numbers in the chart showing the number of visitors to an amusement park to solve the problems. It wants you to estimate, boys and girls. Now, Ms. Gardner cheated because she took her phone and took a picture of the chart ahead of it because that's the one I need to use. So that is looking for the chart on number 5. So if you need to take a picture of it, go ahead and take a picture of it now. I'll give you a moment. You got it? Okay. Part 1. About how many people visited the amusement park during week 2 and week 3. I'm going to use the rounded numbers in the other chart because it says about and estimate. So I know that I'm using week 2 and I'm using week 3. So how many people tells me that I am going to add. Part 1, number 6, you are going to add. So in week 2, I had 220,400. And in week 3, I had an estimate of about 80,000 people. And when I add this, I know that 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. 4 plus 0 is 4. 0 plus 0 is 0. 2 plus 8 is 10. Write my 0 and carry my 1. 1 plus 2 equals 3. So about 300,400 people attended the amusement park, during week 2 and week 3. Boys and girls, say it with me. Number 6, part 1, I am going to add the numbers from the rounded column. Good job. Let's move on to our last part. I'm so sorry this is a long video, but we have to get it to where you can understand it. And that's not right either. Part 2 says about how many more people visited the amusement park during week 1 than week 3. Once again, I'm using the same chart from number 5. If you took that picture, use the same chart. Keywords, boys and girls. About means that I'm going to estimate. I will use the rounded numbers. How many more tells me I am going to subtract. people visited the amusement park during week 1 than week 3. So, how many people on week 1? That's your rounded number from the chart on number 5. So, week 1, I had 133,000 about. Subtract about 80,000. I know that 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. 3 minus 0 equals 3. Now, if I come right here, 3 minus 8, I cannot do. So, I am going to cross out my 3. Technically, I'm going to cross out my 1 and make it a 0. Cross out my 3 and make it a 13. So now I can subtract. 13 minus 8 is about 5. I could be wrong. Check me, because I make mistakes too, but I think it's 5. So we're going to go with 5. So my estimate is about 53,000 more people visited the amusement park during week 1 than week 3. I know it's lengthy. I'm so sorry about this long video, but understand this. It'll get you past that test on Thursday. I love you, and until next time, be good. Bye-bye.